Dr. Meera, a psychologist, wellness trainer and a life coach. In the this is the fourth video based on dermatoglyphics. Here a difference on that. I'm going to compare dermatoglyphics and map it with multiple intelligence. So today we are going to look at what is multiple intelligence and the other multiple intelligences, because in this era, intelligence in the it's been misused so much or misinterpreted. So there's a lot of research on intelligence. The most newest trend of intelligence was given by Dr. Howard Gardner, called as multiple intelligences. This research on 1983 Dr. Howard Gardner put on the board. It was a huge breakthrough from differentiating IQ, EQ, AQ, CQ. IQ test and we used to define the intelligence from IQ. So IQ was called intelligence quotient. But intelligence quotient tests or whatever tools were used to find out intelligence quotient is actually only determining two intelligences. But IQ test cheyda logical intelligence or linguistic intelligence matramana namukku kittu. No human being should be defined, or no human being's intelligence should be defined by just the logical and linguistic tendencies. There are so many other tendencies and intelligences that a human brain has. Dr. Howard Gardner multiple intelligences in the theory or research. Oro intelligence has a connection in the brain. There is a brain point connection for each intelligence. Angane intelligences are the multiple intelligence research Dr. Howard Gardner studied. What are these intelligences? Logical intelligence, linguistic intelligence, visual spatial intelligence, musical intelligence, body kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, and intrapersonal intelligence. So the beauty of his work is he actually found brain points to define that this intelligence exists in every human being. Later on, there was the naturalistic intelligence, which was added as the eighth intelligence. Today we also have what is called as the existential intelligence, that is the ninth intelligence, which of course is your connection with the universe and cannot be actually measured. So here we have been able to map dermatoglyphics with multiple intelligences of Dr. Howard Gardner from an inborn space. So from an inborn potential, our brain patterns, finger patterns, personality, it can definitely be mapped to MI. Because we are decoding the brain through dermatoglyphics, we can also map it to MI, which is also actually giving brain points based on intelligence. So let's look at these 7 intelligences and then the 8th one, which is naturalistic also. So 8 intelligences is what we are going to define today as a topic, because only when we know these 8 intelligences exist within our brain, we will be able to find out intelligence are high, which are the highest intelligences within me, because other than a natural tendency, what do I enjoy realizing within me every day, and this will help us in career determination. So this is what we do in our center to help people realize their potential through dermatoglyphics and multiple intelligence research, which is of course done by Dr. Howard Gardner. So the logical intelligence in our career, logical intelligence is all to do with math ability, problem solving, reasoning, analytical thinking and so on. So logical people are usually the people who are into computation, data analysis, math, statistics, economics, science also. In science we have a lot of statistics and math involved. physics, ഇങ്ങനത്തെ സബ്ജക്ട്സ് എടുക്കാൻ താല്പര്യമുള്ള ആൾക്കാരായിരിക്കും those who are very logically inclined. The logical intelligence higher ആയിട്ടുള്ള വ്യക്തികൾക്ക് they love to do math oriented problems, they love numbers, they are more reasoning oriented people. Computer engineers are also very good logical people. So logical intelligence higher ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഇത്തരം careers will be very good. Software engineers, mathematicians, finance handle ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ. So all the bankers come into this category. Data analysts, statistical data analysts, financial analysts all come under this category. Next is the linguistic intelligence. Linguistic intelligence, as we all know, language oriented. So language intelligence higher ആൾക്കാർക്ക് definitely they love words more than numbers. അവരുടെ മനസ്സ് കൂടുതലും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവരുടെ ബ്രെയിൻ കൂടുതലും വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ആണ്, വേർഡ്സിനോടാണ് അവർക്ക് താല്പര്യം. So they can handle words very easily, they can talk very easily, they can communicate very easily because words flow very naturally to them. Such people are very good authors, writers, poets, screenwriters, script writing, in cinema, people who write script are very good in language. Content writers, teachers also, those who are interested in language, because in teaching, language becomes a very important part. Orators, trainers all come under this category. So linguistic intelligence is all to do with language. But language to arrive all language skills in our India. So what are the language skills normally seen? It is the listening, reading, writing and speaking. So നാല് മേഖലയിലും perfect ആവുന്നില്ല അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വളരെ excellent ആവുന്നില്ല, but at least any one area or any two areas, such people will be very good. So അങ്ങനത്തെ ആൾക്കാർക്ക് language oriented ആയിട്ടുള്ള careers എടുക്കാൻ വളരെ നല്ലതായിരിക്കും. Literature students, mass media, mass communication, which is very journalism. So these are all different careers which language oriented people can take. Next we come to visual spatial intelligence. So this is a more creative intelligence. A lot of people love creative art, visual spatial intelligence. Such people love colors, shapes, designing. They are all very good maybe in fashion designing, industrial designing, product designing, automobile designing, anything to do with design is a visually oriented person. About visual and there are two types. Text and visual pictures. So those who are very good in visual text like to read, observe things. Those who are very good in visual images are the ones who are very good in art and craft, painting, sculpting, modeling. They're also in designing, where you use like fashion designing, animation, web designing, etc. But in the design oriented graphics, graphic designing, design oriented ആൾക്കാരാണ് visual spatial intelligence high ആണെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ careers എടുക്കാൻ എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ it will be a very beautiful career for them. Photography, even videos, taking videos for cinematography is a very in thing for people who are highly visually oriented and they observe very carefully. So they love colors also. For them everything is colors and shapes. So that's visual spatial intelligence. Now normally that lies in the occipital lobe. So normally when we look at dermatoglyphics, people who are very high in the occipital lobe are very good in either reading and observation, or they are very good in pictures, graphics, designing, etc. Language lobe is the temporal lobe. It also comes in the frontal lobe. So vocabulary, grammar, frontal lobe and language lobe, that is the temporal lobe, from a space of dermatoglyphics comes under the linguistic intelligence. Logical intelligence higher to the frontal lobe higher. Normally the left frontal lobe, from a space of dermatoglyphics, the left frontal lobe will be very high and therefore they will be very logically oriented. So that is the logical mathematical intelligence. നാലാമത്തേത് musical intelligence. So musical intelligence from a space of dermatoglyphics comes under the temporal lobe. It is the right sound sensitive, the right brain. So sound sensitive they can do sound engineering, they can do music, composing, they can also sing. Paranam and music in the pitch, tone, rhythm. വളരെ ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ട് അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുകയും അതിനോടനുബന്ധിച്ച് they can always use an instrument. They may be very good in instruments, different types of instruments, because അവർക്ക് ആ ഒരു ട്യൂൺ മാറുന്നത്, ആ ടോൺ മാറുന്നത് വളരെ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് കിട്ടും. So such people are very sound sensitive. So that is an intelligence. Musical intelligence actually comes under the temporal lobe in the sound area. So sound sensitive എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ വളരെ ഒച്ചയുള്ള സൗണ്ട് ആണെങ്കിലും they will be very disturbed, but വളരെ നല്ല സൗണ്ട് ആണെങ്കിലും they will be very cool and it's a stress buster for them. So very good music can be a stress buster for them, but very unwanted music or unwanted sounds or very high sounds or very disturbing sounds can also disturb such people. So musical intelligence very high ആയിട്ടുള്ള വ്യക്തികൾക്ക് definitely music is an option, either instrumental music or singing or composing or sound engineering or anything connected to sound, they can definitely do very well. So that is musical intelligence. Next we come to body kinesthetic intelligence. Body kinesthetic intelligence from a space of brain lobes is the parietal lobe, but body kinesthetic fine motor also comes in other lobes. Therefore body kinesthetic there is a combination and permutation when it comes to lobes. But the basic lobe that we look at when it comes to body is the parietal lobe. Parietal lobe the right lobe always gives the gross motor, full body use ചെയ്തിട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ. അപ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ വ്യക്തികൾ കൈനസ്തെറ്റിക് എബിലിറ്റി വളരെ ഹൈ ആയിട്ടുള്ള വ്യക്തികൾ, കൈനസ്തെറ്റിക് ഇന്റലിജൻസ് വളരെ ഹൈ ആയിട്ടുള്ള വ്യക്തികൾ, ഫിസിക്കൽ എനർജി ഭയങ്കര ഹൈ ആയിരിക്കും. സോ ദേ വിൽ ബി വെരി ഗുഡ് ഇൻ സ്പോർട്സ്, ഡാൻസ്, ഡ്രാമ, ട്രാവലിംഗ്. അവർക്ക് ഇരിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത്. In school, most of the kinesthetic children can't sit in class. They have to get up and move always. So they love movement. Even when they study, they walk and study, they write and study. So they need to move their body if they have to learn. So kinesthetic intelligence is a very important intelligence for human beings. Fine motor is the left side of the parietal lobe, which determines kinesthetic intelligence. How we use the fine motor means what you do with your hands, what you do with your face, your facial expressions, your facial muscles, your whole body language. Those are all the fine motor skills and the fine motor part of kinesthetic intelligence. So this comes in the parietal lobe of our chart, and it is one of the major intelligences that helps people to move, and creative movement is a very important and integral part of a human being's life. So body etratolam smart. So such people are body smart. Language oriented people are normally word smart, whereas body oriented people are body smart people. Then number smart are the logical people. We also saw music smart. Those are the musicians or children who love sound and love different types of tunes and sound. Next, finally, we have the interpersonal and the intrapersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence actually is the prefrontal lobe. Now, the prefrontal lobe are inter and intra connected, because and where the intra is connected to the leadership, management, the inter is connected to the management. So, what is interpersonal intelligence? It is an intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence high at large. They always love to socialize. They love to be in the space of a group. അവർക്ക് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ആയിട്ടിരിക്കാൻ വളരെ ഇഷ്ടമായിരിക്കും. ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് ചെയ്യാൻ വളരെ താല്പര്യമായിരിക്കും. They can talk to anybody very fast. They can make friends very fast. So interpersonal people are good leaders because they are okay to talk to any personality. They love to socialize. Social skills ഇവർക്ക് വളരെ ഹൈ ആയിരിക്കും. They are very people oriented. അവർക്ക് ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് ഇരിക്കുമ്പോൾ കൂടുതൽ വിഷമം ആവുകയും ആൾക്കാർ കൂടുതലുള്ളപ്പോൾ വളരെ ഹാപ്പി ആവുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണ്. So interpersonal people are the people who are the teachers, the administrators, the managers, even in top management, the leaders, the CEO of the company, the executive position നിൽക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തികളൊക്കെ interpersonal ആയിരിക്കണം. So interpersonal intelligence is one of the most important intelligence that is very well required for a leader. A leadership ഉള്ള ആൾക്കാർക്ക് മാത്രമാണ് interpersonal skills ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്. So therefore, normally if you are a highly interpersonal person, then yes, you can definitely take good leadership, because it is again coming in the prefrontal lobe. So prefrontal lobe is interpersonal intelligence. Finally, we have the intrapersonal intelligence. So inter and intra is something that sometimes people confuse. Inter is always to do with others. Intrapersonal എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ intra, I-N-T-R-A, is to do with the self. The self എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ self image, അവനവന്റെ self image, and how self smart you are is what intrapersonal intelligence is all about. But intrapersonal intelligence high ആയിട്ടുള്ള വ്യക്തികൾക്ക് definitely they can become very good spiritual leaders, philosophers, visionaries, global business ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണ്, like Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett. They do global business. So you can be a global person if your intrapersonal intelligence is very high. Again, this comes in the prefrontal lobe. When it comes to brain lobe connection, it is the prefrontal lobe. So intrapersonal very high and it is the thumb of your fingers. So see how important the thumb of your finger is. Both the thumbs, genetically the pattern is so critical because whatever pattern you have will definitely show up. Thumb personality also definitely shows up, and it is the thumb that determines whether you can be an interpersonal or an intrapersonal person. Of course, you can acquire it, but generally there is a genetics that makes you already in that space and already wired in that space. So intrapersonal also is a very, very important intelligence. It determines self smart people. So self smart people, they have their own mindset. They love to take decisions by themselves. So they are very stubborn also. But they are top leaders. They are top visionaries. They are people who think beyond, who think for others, and they know themselves also. So highly self-smart people are the philosophers, spiritual leaders, and global business tycoons. So this is intrapersonal intelligence. So therefore, intelligence is finally naturalistic intelligence. So naturalistic intelligence is a brain point area. It is actually scattered in the brain in different positions. But basically, children who love nature, nature connect plants, animals, environment sensitive. So therefore, those who are very high in naturalistic intelligence, since they love nature, they will make very good scientists, like botanists, zoologists, agriculture, organic farming, veterinary doctors, etc. So anybody who loves animals and plants can get into animal husbandry and similar horticulture, floriculture, gardening. They will make very good gardens, landscaping when it comes to interiors and exteriors and interior designing, anywhere where plants and animals can be looked into, and even animal welfare, rehabilitation of animals. Social workers are there who do a lot of work for animals. Also people who are environmentalists. Environmental science environmentally protect projects naturalistic intelligence high. So these are the careers that naturalistic, even weather, climate, meteorology, weather basic, there are a lot of meteorologists. So such people also can come under this category. So finally we have looked at the 7 intelligences, how they are connected to the brain lobes, what are the careers and what are the aspects and tendencies of such people who are high in these intelligences. And normally our career define cheyumbo, since everybody ellarkkum thane 8 intelligences undu, but there will be 3, 1, 2 or 3 which are highest among all the others from an inborn space. Genetically namukku idine edengil oru 3 എണ്ണം ഏറ്റവും ഹൈ ആയിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നതാണ് നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതൊരു കരിയർ ആക്കണം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ബിക്കോസ് ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വേർ യുവർ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ ഇസ്. അത് നാച്ചുറലി നമുക്ക് വരുന്ന ഒരു ടെൻഡൻസിയാണ്. സോ ഇഫ് ഐ എം എ ലാംഗ്വേജ് പേഴ്സൺ, ഐ എം എ വെരി ഹൈ ഇന്റർപേഴ്സണൽ പേഴ്സൺ, and I have a good intrapersonal, then yes, I have to be a leader, I can be a trainer, I can be a psychologist, I can be a counselor, I can be a philosopher, I can also be a very good businessman where I showcase a product and I talk about it and I have a vision about it. So highest 3 intelligences ആണ് നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ നോക്കുന്നത്. highest 3 intelligence ഏതൊരു വ്യക്തിക്കും ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അത് ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ആ highest 3 ൽ നിന്ന് ഏത് നമ്മൾ കരിയർ ആയിട്ട് എടുത്താലും you will be very very happy in your life. So you can bring happiness to your life by choosing the right career based on dermatoglyphics and multiple intelligences. So you can definitely do this with us. Find out your true potential, your inner potential, and start nurturing it from the time you realize. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഇത് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് വളരെയധികം റെക്കമെൻഡ് ചെയ്യും. Because from the time the child knows, the parent knows that which intelligence has to be nurtured so that the child can realize his true potential, he will do very well in his life, and throughout his life he will live his potential, he will live his life purpose in a much more happier and contented manner. Thank you and have a great day.